Hey friends, so today we're doing something super different. I'm going to actually be reacting / watching the Blue Therapy videos while I do my makeup. I seen a little bit of this with another couple watching, not another couple, but a couple, because I'm watching it by myself. And I was like, oh, this is the mess. And I wanted to react to it. So I stopped watching it at that point, and then I'm about to watch it now. So before I get started, I want to let you guys know, since I am going to be doing my makeup, majority of the products that I'm going to be using is either going to be Artist Couture or Fenty. I think that is what I got planned for my look today. Where's my makeup at? I need my makeup. Hold on.
Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really hanging in our relationship. I've seen opportunity for a social experiment, and I think
Mac Daddy has the best gloss. If you guys haven't tried this new gloss yet, so good. It's not sticky, it's slippery. I'm not trying to sell it to you guys, but the best gloss.
Just like
I put it on my lip.
We've had our ups and downs, things happen. But coming to therapy,
I love that gloss.
for some social experiment, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, she knows my perspective on this. I prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner. But, us getting to this extent where we're actually here for a social
Okay, so knowing what I know about Paul already, he wanted to go and talk to a pastor because the pastor would probably agree with him. Because whatever pastor they probably go to probably have that same toxic mentality. I told y'all I've already seen a little bit, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it. But that's why he wanted to go see a pastor. Because the pastor going to be just as toxic as him, I bet.
It doesn't make sense. I think it's going to go south. I'm 90%.
But that is also me assuming, because I don't know what church they go to. So their pastor may not be toxic, but that's what I'm guessing. He might have that same allergy, that same thought process.
Hi, Denise.
Come in, sit down. Hello, Paul.
I wish I did my brows first.
How was the traffic?
Terrible. But we're here. We made it.
My name's Denise, and I'm your therapist today. Have you ever been to therapy before?
Never. We've never been. I did go online. I read how important it is about, having premarital therapy, counselling. And I do believe myself and Paul are in dire need of some help. I wouldn't say we've deteriorated to a point of no return.
Look at
but at the end of the day, we're progressing in our relationship, and I'm not entirely happy.
Okay. So, Paul, thank you for joining us. Have you got any idea of what expectations you are looking to get out of this therapy session?
I have no idea. I'm curious to find out.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's great that you're here. So, shall we start?
So, of course, this isn't my first time on camera. I'm very comfortable in front of a camera. I understand Paul isn't. I didn't bring him here to embarrass him, though. This is kind of like shock therapy. It might shock him into kind of seeing that we need help, that we've actually got problems within our relationship.
I'm going to ask Yomi to just start us off. What would you like to start off with?
I love you. You do know that, right? And I feel as though we've got different views of life. So to me, Paul is very image. He puts too much emphasis on how people perceive us as a couple, how he's perceived as an individual and how I'm perceived as an individual. Currently in our relationship, we're doing a lot of patching instead of really fixing the issues.
Okay, Paul, do you feel the same way?
I'm literally blown away. I haven't even heard this before. Do you want to give more context to what you're actually saying? Because I'm a tiny bit...
Okay. Paul, for example, has a lot of friends. He has affluent friends. He feels that he has to fit in, which he might fit in as friendship, but when it comes to finances, he doesn't necessarily fit in. So if we're looking at percentage-wise, and when they go out and what they spend, they can afford it. We can't. But Paul we'll do it anyway. And then he'll spend the next week or two chasing the bag he's blown, which now leaves me in a deficit of love. So there's neglect going on in our household.
All right, so we literally just got here. Like, we haven't been here for 5 minutes. Choma's talking about finance to the bloody Denise, someone that we don't even know. Now, first of all, there is no man that's out there with multiple accounts, crypto accounts, high interest accounts, that's gonna sit down and show his girl his balance. So she doesn't even know the financial situation first.
So hang on, let me just.
I have no problem with Choma not knowing how much money he got. I don't be knowing how much money my man has at all times or whatever. But like, is he in her pocket as well? Like, I don't. Let me watch.
Let Paul speak regarding the image and the going out and chasing the bag, as Shoma just said.
You know what's
Chasing
interesting?
the bag.
I actually think she's right. But let me break it down for you. I'm happy and I'm humble enough to be the brokest man in a room full of millionaires. Do you know why?
Okay.
Because you're next
Do you know
up.
who would have the most to benefit in that type of situation?
You would.
So that's practically how I've been able to exponentially grow my income, basically.
He's taken the whole fake it till you make it to another extent. Because at the end of the day, I'm not naive to know that you are treated how you're perceived. However,
Figure how you make
be
it.
yourself, the whole spending above your means, should I say, yes, we can afford it. I'm not saying we can't, because he's the first.
Clearly
person
you're
to
saying
talk
we
about
can't afford it,
finances,
'cause you
and
said
to
fake it
say
till you
we
make
need
it.
to do this and we need to do that. But as much as, I purchase nice things, Paul does a lot of the spending. And in the past, we've had situations where he's invested and there's been no returns. So I don't feel like I need to suffer.
Was he investing your money as well, though, or was it just hers? Like, was it both of them? Do they have a joint money together?
We're together. Do you know what I mean? We're in a relationship.
Because, like, if they're not married, wait a minute. If they're not married, then I don't understand, like, why she's upset if he's invested money and it not work out. Because, I mean, it's not y'all's money. It's just his money at the moment. So, what you mad about, sis? Unless he also invested her money as well and was like, babe, I'm going to make you double because, I have this, that, and that third guarantee that this is going to work. Then that's a problem. Because then you guaranteed me, and I can see why she's upset about that. But she did not say that. She said, well, she did say we, didn't she? If she did say we've invested, and it was maybe probably off of his recommendation, I can see why she could be mad, but she had to let it go. It was an investment. It was, they played some risk. Ugh. Let me not mind my business. Let me get into these people's business and keep watching.
For nothing.
Do you feel that it's an equal situation?
She just said she's suffering for nothing. Okay. So am I nothing?
That's not what I said.
I'm gonna say, did she
It's
say
like
you was
your
nothing?
comprehension. This is why we're here, because anytime I bring up at home, he dismisses it.
Really?
Okay, you're not comprehending what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've literally just explained it.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Out of everything I said, you got that bit. Like, Paul's, he takes what he wants to take, he hears what he wants to hear, and he sees what he wants to see.
I'm not dismissing it right now, right? We're having a conversation. I don't know you from anywhere, but you're here. Let's have a conversation, right? So when we first started dating, she was happy with, the drive, the ambition, me taking, calculated risk here and there and gaining rewards. She's the first person to come and, say, oh, congratulations, babe, let's celebrate together. But then I've actually kept the same energy, and now it seems like she doesn't really have the same energy. So who is the person that's fallen off?
Okay, so in other words, I'm a hater.
Well,
because I still would celebrate your wins.
No, that's true, but the only thing is, let me give you an example, right? So literally, I have access to a good number of private members clubs. This is through the clients of mine. I train high net worth individuals, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these membership clubs, obviously, it's
She sounded like she was over that.
Invited. And I feel like that kind of affects Choma, whereas before, if we were going to,
The way the light is hitting me on this side is not working.
Maybe not average Joe, but, the usual. Then I can't be, oh, babe, come along. But when I'm actually, grafting and chasing the bag, as she said, I don't really feel like she needs to be present, and she actually doesn't have an invite anyway, so...
Okay, that's not what I'm not...
If she
I'm not
wants an invite, can't you get her an
to the
invite?
events that you go to and to the gambling places, because it's gambling, if you ask me. It's casino, isn't it?
But
So
like,
the clubs you guys are
can you
going
not
to
go?
and the money you're spending.
Is this
some
boys
of it is
only?
gambling,
Men only?
Because everything he likes to say is constructive. Clubbing is not constructive. It's not beneficial to our relationship or to him. Even places like that, he places too much emphasis on how they look at him. So you're out here doing the most, buying so many bottles, paying 10K for tables, and it doesn't make sense. I'm at home being neglected. When he comes home, he goes back to work. So my point is, you're putting too much emphasis on the way they see you. Why is that? You're supposed to be impressing me, not them.
So the type of people that I deal with, they're on another level, to be fair. They're high net worth and they work really hard for themselves. Now, for me to be able to kind of be that act of service for them, you can imagine how hard I have to work. If they're calling you, you need to answer. If they're sending you a message, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, listen, you need to be on point. I'm able to give them that service.
Why are they talking to you on WhatsApp? Who is this girl? Oh, wait a minute.
For this social experiment, I'm quite excited. I'm happy that Jamel is using
Who is this?
and wants
I
to
thought it was only the one
this.
couple.
There's a few things that I do want to get off my chest, so it will be nice to speak to Jamel, speak to the therapist, and I'm excited.
Okay.
I didn't actually.
Okay, so this is Deborah, and I think she said her boyfriend's name was Jamel. I might have been talking over.
Journey, just about 20 minutes.
Her wig is cute.
So my partner's running late.
Or her hair is cute. Sis' hair is cute.
Come to the session, was it?
It was Jamel's idea, but
Oh, this is Jamel's idea.
I'm excited.
A man's idea to want to come to therapy. Okay.
We are, you know,
Is this a good sign? I feel like this is a good...
Is
this a good sign? Do I think this is a good sign?
That has brought me to this whole thing. And
My man brought me to therapy.
I look lazy, I look very stupid, and Jamel is late.
I don't know how I would feel if my man wanted me to go to therapy.
Bad.
Sort of, yeah.
Well, you're here now, so that's all that matters.
Oh, was that shade from the therapist? She said, well, it's the traffic bad.
What brought
Because
you
why are
here,
you late? You
and
wasting my
how
time.
long have you been together?
Because I'm doing this for free.
No, maybe first.
I didn't hear the question. Hold on, y'all.
Right?
Was the traffic bad?
Sort of, yeah.
Well, you're here now, so that's all that matters. Can I just
I
start
feel the
by
shade.
asking you what brought you here, and how long have you been together?
Do you want to take that?
No, maybe first.
We've actually been together for a year. I
A
met
year?
Jamel at one of his fitness events. So my
Wait a minute. A year? I can't speak for everybody's relationship, but when I was a year in my relationship, I felt like I was still in the cupcake phase. Like, things were beautiful. Things weren't like, oh, let's go to therapy. So maybe I don't want my man to take me to therapy. Maybe this isn't a good sign. I don't know. I feel like because it was his choice to go to therapy, for them to go to therapy, it shows like some maturity. Like, we need another person here to mediate for us. So I feel like that's mature for him to just be like, we need someone else here when we have our arguments, when we have our deep conversations. I recognize that we might have a disconnect. So on that hand, I'm like, yes, for him to see that we need a mediator, basically. Because that's all therapy kind of is, right? It's just like talking about your problems and having a non-biased third opinion. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But it'll only be a year in. It seems concerning. I'm just saying, because 1 year for my relationship, and I can only speak for mine, we were still cupcakes and rainbows, okay? Yeah.
sister also does fitness, so they were doing a class together. And then we met, we started talking, and then now we're here. So he has had therapy before, and he thought it was really good and helpful. So I feel like that's why I'm open to doing
Black
it.
men in therapy, let's
What are you
go.
hoping to achieve by the end? What's your goal coming to therapy?
I think to actually set some foundations and I see blossom from this beautiful
Set
relationship.
some
that we've got.
foundations. I love
started
it.
Great. Relationships do have rocky parts, but
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing too big, I guess, to get over.
Just looking into your background, have you had many relationships?
This actually is my first relationship.
Oh,
but I have
wow.
obviously dated in the past.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my first relationship, and yeah, going strong a year.
And what about you, Jim?
Okay, so I want clarity on that first relationship thing. Is this where she would consider her first real relationship? Because I get that. Because I've been in relationships. I've been in a lot of relationships, y'all. Not to throw my business out there. But I've been in a lot of relationships, and now as an adult, a lot of them weren't relationships, okay? They were like little situationships where it was just like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you. You'll be my boyfriend. But then I've also chucked the deuces on a lot of them where I was just like, bye. So I need clarity. Somebody let me know if you guys do know, or if it happens in a later episode. Well, she did say she's dated, but like dating, relationships, two different things. So I'm just curious to know, is this like her first adult relationship? Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
This is my 4th relationship. Hopefully it's my last one, to be fair. So looking good.
Mostly things are going well then.
I mean,
Obviously not. 1
to
year
an
in.
extent, I think there's a lot that we need to work on. An example of today is Jamal's lateness. I work a 9 to 5. He does fitness, so our timetables already clash. But whenever we plan to go on like date nights or we go to church together every 2 weeks, he's always late. When I address him, he's unable to communicate and explain like why he's late or give me a heads up for being late. So yeah, that's a problem for me. I feel like he's always late when it comes to something that we're doing. I don't feel like he respects my time. I don't think Jamal has ever been late to a client's Zoom meeting. But why is it when it's Deborah time, he's late?
My time management is not an issue. I feel like it's more down to communication. There's been several times.
Do you communicate that you're going to be late?
Of course.
What about last week when you're supposed to come to my house?
Yes, we changed the time before then. So Denise, this is the situation. So originally the time was for 8 p.m. Then I realized I double booked with another client. So I gave her the up.
Yeah, that's already an issue. We had pre-planned that we were going to meet up because as of recent, we haven't been seeing each other as often because Jamal's taken on more clients.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
But we had pre-agreed that we were going to see each other on this particular day. Why are you double booking?
Things happen. Like, I do have clients across the pond.
Can I just ask a question? When you are...
So what plans did you have first? Wait a minute.
No.
Which plans did you have first? Because that's all you gotta say to me. Because if you already had plans with me and we pre-planned these plans, and then afterwards you decide to take a client, that's a problem. You should have been like, no, I'm already pre-booked. Can I please reschedule with you? Or I already got something else going on. Can I please schedule another time with you? Or can I even fit you in earlier? You need to prioritize your time, sir. Because I don't like tardiness either. Okay.
Do.
No, you don't.
Okay, so the last time we invited me to have dinner, I communicated with you.
He told me 5 minutes before the time that he's going to be late. That's inappropriate.
Deborah just always complain about me being late. Like, she just feel like she's been controlling. Like, she doesn't take consideration of my time, where I'm coming from, what I'm doing before. She just wants to set the time and expects me to get there.
Well, yes. If you said something with me, yes. You told me you was gonna be somewhere. Wait a minute.
His drive.
The way they jump this back and forth. Wait a minute. I need a minute. Can I get the little swoosh swoosh in between? Dang. Child, it's already about to be a long one because oof. Okay. So yes, if you have plans with me and we already preset our plans, don't be making other plans just because they're more fun or whatever. Like, you got plans with me, okay? Times that out. And then he's also like, oh, she just expect me to be somewhere when I say I'm gonna be there. Excuse me, wait a minute. When you were growing up, sir, did you or did you not have a curfew? And when you told your mom, see, maybe this is why I'm only reflecting on myself, y'all. When I was growing up and I had a curfew, now mind you, I set my own curfew when I was growing up as well. If I told my mom I was gonna be in the house at 10 o'clock, I was in the house at 10 o'clock. There was no 10:01, there was no 10:02, no 10:10, no nothing like that, okay? It was 10 o'clock. So if you tell me, I think this is why I'm crazy about people being punctual. Because if you tell me it's 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock, honey. It's like, Do we need to synchronize watches? Do we need to be the dun, 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 dun? Like, child?
And that's kind of why
Oh, let me go back.
They ain't gonna run.
Just for the record, how would you like him to change?
At the end of the day, I like his drive.
Okay.
That's kind of why we're together. My
Okay.
point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship.
Yes.
The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you, I still love on you, but I don't get it's not reciprocated.
Right, so hang on, Paul. Do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, does she trust? Do you trust me?
Where did trust come from?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment, and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in, why would you not continue to trust the process?
Because
Because you're not spending time with me. I need, yeah.
I'm a woman. I'm not wood. Do you understand? Like, I've got a heart.
Now, this is the problem that I have with women, right? Like, for example,
Did he say with
Choma
women?
and I, when we first started, she knows I'm hardworking. I was doing XYZ, what I had to do, okay? Everything was fine. She was happy I've got a hardworking guy. Okay, hug, kiss. Okay, cool. Nowadays, when I'm coming back late, the same person's complaining, asking me where am I coming from, and I'm thinking, what? Fair enough, I don't work overtime and I'm doing other things on a different level, but I'm the same person. So
I'm
why
on
would
a
you
new
question
level.
it?
Can I just ask, what's the last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not gonna play the whole turn each other against each other. When's you bought flowers? Look, forget about all of that.
Because he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it. That's why he said that. He said, Denise, that's your name?
As far as I understand,
No. What you're not about to do is have her thinking about when's the last time I did something for her. No.
To basically help us in our relationship to get better, right? So, how do you think you're doing so far?
Okay.
Is he trying to self-evaluate her?
No, it's a genuine question.
Is he talking to what?
It's a genuine question.
Ooh.
Okay, I can answer that, Shoma, don't worry. The fact is that I'm here to enable you to see
You know what? I don't think I've liked what I've done.
the fog that may be there at the moment.
Do I commit?
I'm not here to give you an answer. I'm just
I'ma
helping
commit. I
you
think I'ma commit.
discover what's going on.
Okay. What's your success rate in terms of like couples that have been to your therapy sessions and have gone on to get married?
Well, I think you've already done your research.
I did research and I found out that a lot of people gave you good reviews. A lot of them have actually gone on to get married. A lot of them have resolved their situation. Be open-minded. I feel like people get results from you if they're open-minded.
Babe, she didn't answer the question. What's your success rate? I need percentages. I deal with figures.
Why is he...
I'm afraid I don't work in figures. I work in people.
Why is he talking to the therapist like
When
this?
people come back, it's because they're seeing results. So as far as I'm concerned, things are working.
So if we came back to
Enough
your
of that,
session,
because
that
I
means
feel
it's
this-
working.
Well, you sign up for a certain number of sessions, and then we discuss whether you need to
Oh,
do.
so there's more than one.
Oh, he didn't know that they was going back more than
Being
once?
very rude, and I
He is
don't
being
understand why.
rude.
She's just doing her job. I'm quite happy with the service we're getting so far, so I don't know why he needs to calm down a little bit, because I'm getting irritated at this point. You're being very dismissive.
No.
At the end of the day, Paul is making me feel less than. Okay, he's very judgmental with the whole image thing. So if I don't do what he does, then there's a problem. One thing I'm not going to continue to do is be with a man. Not saying that I want to leave this relationship, but I can't continue to be in a relationship with someone who makes me feel less than or makes me feel like I'm in the wrong every single time.
Babe, okay. If we're both kind of in line in terms of our goals and our visions, then I would assume that we'd both basically be on the same page. Is that wrong, Denise?
No, it's good when couples are on the same page, but are you on the same page?
Good question.
Ask her.
I'm asking both of you. Do you
Answer the
think
question.
you're on the same
I
page?
feel as though we are on the same page with certain things, but again, as much as Paul says I like to nag, he has a lot of issues with things that I do.
that me and Jamal argue all the time about his phone and social media. He's literally in love with social media. There's this new app called Clubhouse. I don't know if you've heard about it. This guy loves the app so much. I actually wish the app was not invented. I would call Jamal after a long day and we haven't spoken for a whole day, and he has Clubhouse in the background. Like, he'd literally call me on his MacBook so that he can have Clubhouse in the background, and then we'll have a separate conversation. Like, that's just.
Why can't I get your undivided attention?
When you've got Clubhouse going and you're on the phone as well.
I mean, if I haven't spoken to you all day, like, am I not important? Like, you know that I go bed early, so I'm literally going to take 20 minutes of your time. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But he has to have Clubhouse in the background. He has to be on stage. Everyone has to hear Jamal's voice. Like, it's really not that deep. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that he's craving female attention. I'm not giving him enough attention. This guy always wants to be on stage. What are you chasing? What are you looking for? I don't understand.
It's really not that deep, to be fair, the way she's making. To be fair, I would describe Clubhouse as a podcast, really and truly. So I just listen to it as like background noise.
No, you don't. You're always on stage and you always have to make one comment or another.
I'm on stage, but it doesn't mean I always comment.
Regardless of the fact, you don't listen to me when in your life.
So I have Clubhouse. I've never used it, so Clubhouse users are gonna have to let me know. I'm guessing on stage means you're the one talking.
I said it.
So Clubhouse is less important than me?
No, you are more important than Clubhouse. That's facts.
I don't really agree, but that's fine.
You know what they say, it's a safe space, so it's an app full of fun and work, I guess. But I don't think it's about Clubhouse. I feel like Deborah she wants attention, I guess. So her being clingy here and there is cute, but she just needs to relax. I think she's getting a bit jealous, maybe.
How much time do you actually spend together?
I think when we first started the relationship, we were seeing each other quite often. Obviously, times have changed and shifted, and obviously our work schedules have gone busy. But now
Do you think you make time for me?
Yes, I do make time for you. As I said, like, within reason, within our time schedules, obviously she doesn't mind. I've given her my rota. She knows when I'm busy and when I'm not, so you can obviously bob and weave in between.
So just explain to me what a typical working day for you is.
Cool, so obviously, as I said before, obviously I'm across the pond, so I cover 8 different countries. Do you have an issue?
No, but like, you keep saying you cover 8 different countries, we get it. Like, sometimes you wake up at 6 a.m, sometimes you wake up at, we understand.
There we go. So obviously I'm in different time zones.
Well, she's annoyed about that.
So I do get tired easily. And obviously I'm exhausting a lot of energy, so I'm a personal trainer, nutritionist.
Does she not like his job?
Do you feel that you make time for Deborah?
Most certainly.
I don't think he does. When we first got together, we were seeing each other up to 3 times a week.
Okay, that's more than me and my man seeing each other.
For me, I don't know if you want to spend time with me or not, but for me...
Okay, wait. So coming from the busy person, when me and my boyfriend first met, we saw each other barely once a week, but he liked me. He liked me so much that he fit himself into my schedule at the time. Because when we met, I was still in school full-time and working full-time. So that being said, like, he fit himself into my schedule, being the non-busy person. I don't know if they just start talking about this, so I don't know if she's tried to fit herself into his schedule, but coming from the person that's busy, from being the busy person in this relationship, when my boyfriend and me weren't together, he fit himself into my schedule. Whenever I had a moment free, he was like, okay, we're going out. Or, okay, I'm going to stop by. Like, he even came by when I was bartending. He even came by the bar and just sat at the bar with me a couple times. Or even when I was serving, he would just sit at the bar and then we would go out for drinks afterwards. And though I probably still had school the next day, I still went out with him to spend time with him because I liked him. And he was showing me that, it didn't matter, like, whatever moment I had for him. So maybe that's what Deborah needs to do. Maybe, I don't know. I'm pre-talking, y'all, but maybe that's what Deborah needs to do, is just try to work herself and squeeze herself in. He's a personal trainer, so maybe he can train her. I don't know. Let me go back to watching y'all.
That's like, what is the relationship? I'm going to see you once every 2 weeks. Do you get what I mean? I love quality time, and you know that. And at the start of the relationship,
squeeze yourself in.
That was what was happening. But obviously now there has been a shift, and that is what I don't like.
Okay. So, Paul, just give me a little bit of your background. What business?
We're back to Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, answer the question, babe.
So what does my business have to do with the relationship? Just asking.
I just wondered, you know, whether that was influencing the way that you deal
provider.
with life. Sorry?
I'm a provider.
What is it that you do? I don't understand. Just
Well, I don't see how this is going to help our relationship in the long term. This is the problem that I have, right? Look, with this Denise lady.
Why doesn't he want to
like,
tell her
she's
what
just
she does for
asking
work?
Sort of intrusive questions that doesn't really relate to the situation at hand. She's asking me, what do I do? Like, I make money. That's what I do. Like, it's a silly question.
Okay, but
What
where
do
do you
want
get
from me? Do you
your
understand?
money?
You're here
Where do you
for
get
a
your money
certain
from, sir?
purpose to help with the relationship. Do that. If you can't do that, then you're not of use for me. The whole point is she's here, right? And I got her here. We've been together for 3 years.
you got me here.
No, well, not here specifically, but I mean, you know, in terms of the journey, we've been together for a long time. I've managed to sustain our relationship financially, if that's the question you're asking.
No, I wasn't. I
Does
was
Choma
simply
not work?
wondering, what
I hope I'm saying her
motivated
name
you
right.
and how you work together.
Without telling you too much, I literally work with high net worth individuals, influencers, celebrities, you name it, provide them with basically nutrition as well as fitness.
Okay.
I also run an IT business, which you know, I work with potentially
Yeah, I'm not liking this look,
really
but I'm hoping it comes together.
influencers, brands, yeah, more of the upscale basically.
So you're a very busy man.
I am.
Even if there's nothing to do, Paul will tell his friends I've just done something. No, you haven't. Like, chill, relax. Like, you're
So
not
Paul don't be
busy
doing nothing?
24/7. Even the busiest person has time, Paul.
And do you do anything together? Any, you know, hobbies that you do together?
Aside from on our laptops in the same room, maybe. When we started dating, we used to like the same music. He was more fun. Now I don't even know who's sitting next to me, to be honest.
And how do you feel?
I think that's BS.
It's BS.
Look, music. I'm a Burna Boy fan. You used to be, but now
I still like Burna Boy.
Wizkid. Like, that doesn't make sense. If you like something, just stick to, you know.
First of all, you've changed, babe. You didn't like what you liked 5 years ago. I know that because of the
Nothing
food.
wrong with that.
Simply the food that you eat. Okay?
Still nothing
people
wrong with
change.
that.
I still like Burna Boy, but I prefer Wizkid. It doesn't mean that it has to be your way.
Is Burna Boy an artist, you guys? I
It's
don't
not your
know.
way, it's the highway.
No, this is the problem with you. You don't keep the same energy. Do you understand? When we first started dating, you know what type of energy I was on. Do you understand? You know
What
the
kind of energy was it,
frequency
Paul?
that I was taking us to.
Okay, answer the question she asked us. What do we do together aside from work that is meaningful? Is that what you
Let
said?
me tell you what we do, right? Every 28 days, we have a couples review, right?
Oh,
So how the
Wait,
couples
what?
review works is we basically, you know, go over our individual and collective plans, goals, targets, and we kind of, you know, make like a checkbox type of situation, and we mark stuff off, help each other out with whatever it is that we need help with, and it's worked basically in our
it
relationship.
hasn't worked.
So as we said before,
Wait.
obviously,
What? Pause. He said every 28 days they have a couples meeting. I gotta hear that again. I might have judged it too soon.
Do you understand? You know the frequency that I was taking us to.
Okay, answer the question she asked us. What do we do together aside from work that is meaningful? Is that what you
Let
said?
me tell you what we do, right? Every 28 days, we have a couples review, right?
Oh,
So how the
yeah.
couples review works is we basically, you know, go over our individual and collective plans, goals, targets, and we kind of, you know, make like a checkbox type of situation, and we mark stuff off, help each other out with whatever it is that we need help with, and it's worked basically in our
It
relationship.
hasn't worked.
so as we said before,
Okay.
obviously, nice.
Okay, so it's not a bad thing, you guys. Okay, I think I was prejudging before I was actually listening. So basically, they just have a sit down every month and see if they've both accomplished what they said they were going to do. I actually have no problem with that. It seems like Paul is very task oriented, so he's very much so like A, B, C, D, which is nothing wrong with it. But it doesn't seem like Denise is that way. No, not Denise, Choma. Denise is the therapist, I think. So it doesn't seem like Choma is that way. There's nothing wrong with being goal-oriented. I think maybe a couples review might have been the wrong word. Yeah, I think a couples review might have been the wrong word.
5
fitness guy, yeah? Okay, well, fitness instructor, brand manager, because he hates when I don't say it properly, all of that. So I have meetings all day, and so sometimes when Jamel messages me, I can't message him.
Are all these dudes in the UK just like Instagram
I would
F-boys?
say it's more flexible than mine. I would message Jamel, and then he would message me back, and then, you know, I wouldn't respond in another 2 hours. And I know this guy's on his phone. Like, I literally saw him on Instagram.
Ooh, that grind my gears.
Ages, because I was
That grinds my
busy
gears.
to message him, he would basically be matching my messages and take another 2 hours to message me. That is so childish. Is that not childish?
So wait, I'm being childish.
Is that not childish? Do you or do you not match my messages?
You're assuming that I do that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did I not see you on Instagram earlier that day that I messaged you? I double texted you and said, sorry, did you not see my message? Did I not?
Yeah, so that means you're monitoring my Instagram.
No, that's not. What I'm trying to say is, you match my messages. It's very childish. Okay, cool. So why didn't you respond to me for 2 hours?
I'm busy with clients. I'm not.
No, because you said I have your timetable, and yes, I do.
Yeah.
You wasn't with a client at that time.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Like, it's ridiculous, so childish. Like, if Max's mum was doing something, he would just admit it's not that serious.
We're not going to do comparisons.
Max's boyfriend, we speak a lot, as you know. Wait, me and Max speak a lot, isn't it? Like, she told me that when she addresses a situation, he's able to acknowledge it and he just moves on. Do you get what I mean?
I couldn't care less about your friend's boyfriend, this and that.
Well, maybe you should chat to him a bit more.
How about this? Yeah, don't compare me. Like, I've had enough with your conversations with your friends, talking about our sex life, our family life, this. You need to stop now. Deborah does this
That
thing
seems childish.
she hate, like,
Okay.
She loves comparing.
So, okay. So much. So Deborah is talking to her best friend about her relationship. Nothing wrong with that. Girls do that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You wasn't with a client at that time.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Like, it's ridiculous, so childish. Like, if Max's mum was doing something, he would just admit it's not that serious.
We're not going to do comparisons.
Max's boyfriend, we speak a lot, as you know. Wait, me and Max speak a lot, isn't it? Like, she told me that when she addresses a situation, he's able to acknowledge it and he just moves on.
So she's comparing her to somebody else.
Your friend's boyfriend, this and that.
Okay.
Maybe you should chat to him a bit more.
How about this? Yeah, don't compare me. Like, I've had enough with your conversations with your friends, talking about our sex life, our family life, this. You need to stop now. Deborah does this thing that
Okay, so Deborah is talking to her best friend about her relationship, which I get. Females do. We be talking to our friends about our mans and stuff like that. But I will say, sometimes sharing your business can not be a good thing. Just because your friends, I feel like your friends are always going to agree with you. They're always going to see your side at the end of the day. Not to say everybody friends are yes men, but I want to do a soft cut crease to hopefully bring this back together. But I feel like good friends will probably always just be like, what? And then you automatically comparing your man to one of your friends' men. That seems problematic. And I don't know if it's problematic for the friendship or for the relationship. I think it's problematic both ways because I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't share my business that much with my friends. I'm losing my stuff. I don't share my business too much in my relationships by myself. At least until like a problem's like settled at least in my relationship. But to have my friend comparing her man to mine, it don't sit right with me. That would kind of be strange energy to me. That would be very weird energy to me. Very weird energy, yes. Very weird energy. I don't know how that would sit with me as like my friend, you know? Like if my best friend, you know who you are, sis, was to compare her man to mine, that would be weird energy to me. And I think it would be vice versa. I'm always there for her for any and everything, but that would be weird energy. And I might, I don't know. Weird energy.
she hate, like, she loves comparing me to other people, other guys. Like, no one likes getting compared to other people. Like, why would you do it? We've had this conversation enough times. Honestly, it just needs to stop. It pisses me off so much. Like,
Is this quite an influential person in your life? Do they influence you? This friend
Yeah,
you're talking-
Max is my best friend, so we speak a lot about our relationships. I'm an open person. Like, I'm happy to.
She said
I'm happy to
relationships.
speak about our sex life. I'm happy to speak about things that we do. Like, I'm happy.
And how does that make you feel knowing that she's talking to this friend of
it
hers?
just sounds like my girlfriend's a chatty patty. I don't like girls that just be speaking too much. Like, I hear she's your friend, but when it comes to situations that's about myself, especially my family life, and then you're talking about
Family life.
yeah, family life.
What's it about your family?
Yeah, so let me just put some context into it. So she spoke about a situation between me and my mother.
Oh my gosh.
We've had a bit.
Are you actually gonna bring up that situation
Yeah, I'm
here?
gonna bring it back up.
Okay.
So yeah, me and my mum, we have a bit of a, what would I say, here and there relationship sort of thing. So she's gone to her friend Mansa, and just told her about the situation. I'm thinking it has nothing to do with your friend. It's about
I wasn't
What was
telling
the
her-
situation?
Denise, I wasn't telling her about the situation. I was just telling her how it was affecting me and Jamel. That's what I was saying.
And
Okay, what's the situation?
She just said.
'Cause why would it be
that
affecting
you're
you?
moving out soon. You know, it's just general chit chat. Like,
Oh,
why
so
do you
he
care
lived with your
about
mom.
the situation
Open your
matter?
mouth about general chit chat. Am I just? Am
It's
I?
genuine chit chat. You just need to understand that.
Am I? What are you shade bar now?
Okay, that's childish. I literally do not see an issue with telling my best friend about my relationship. Like, it's what girls do. It's what we do. It's how we like to communicate. We like to share with our besties. Like, Mansa likes to hear my stories and I like to hear hers. I think Jamel probably has an issue with it because he's not acting right. If he was doing the most now, he knew that I was happy with his behaviour, then maybe he wouldn't mind me telling Mansa.
So in this checkup, are you both, as they say, on the same page?
Of course.
We're on the same page as we've been. We're always on the same page because all Paul cares about is if our finances have grown, if our savings has grown. Aside from that, if we're still arguing, nothing changes. Do you understand? If it's the point that I'm cleaning up the whole damn house, as well as having a 9 to 5 and a business, nothing's changed. He doesn't have an input in personal stuff. It's just about work. So if it's about working, then I understand, yeah, the review
Right, so
works.
tell me, Paul, before you got involved with Shoma, how did you run your household?
Well, obviously, everything was self-sustainable, self-managed. However, at the end of the day, I think the question that you should be asking Choma is if she is getting into a relationship with a person like myself, I don't want to say bring it to the table, but
What am I bringing to the table?
I'm not saying that you don't bring anything to the table. I'm saying you need to let her know that there's certain things that are expected when she's receiving, a certain frequency.
First of all, I contribute to the bills. I'm doing my own. I take care of myself. Of course, he buys me things, but I'm going out to shop for myself. I'm also taking care of the home and him. Yeah, he might do most of the finance, but I'm bringing a lot to your life, and without me, you will be in deficit. You'll be lacking some things. Okay. Let's not
She
get
said you
confused.
do.
I work. Okay. Paul does not finance.
Okay,
me
so you do
completely.
work.
Does that make sense? Yes, he earns significantly more than I do, but he doesn't finance me. All right. So if you're talking about me becoming a housewife, clearly, because you're talking about finances and me
what's
bringing
wrong with
something to the table, what's wrong with being a housewife?
I'm asking, it's a
Was
genuine
that
question.
the plan we had when we first met?
It's a genuine question.
I don't want to be a housewife. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to be a housewife. I have a choice. Does that make sense? If I wanted to be a housewife, I would have become a housewife. That's what you keep pushing for me to do. That's not what I want to do, babe.
Okay.
Okay?
Denise.
He used to clean his own house and change his sheets and cook for himself. We just moved in together 6 months ago, and all of a sudden that has now become my duty.
I
and
don't
mine
like
alone.
it.
Bear in
Oh,
mind,
no.
both of us are busy.
Now, with myself, I'm an earner. Do you understand? I will go out and I will come back and I'm bringing the bacon for real. Do you understand? If that's the case, and I'm able to provide for the both of us and kids in the future, from now, why would she stress herself being out, trying to earn the same thing that I already have? Sit down. Let's figure out something. I want to come home with a check and say, babe, how should we invest this?
And did
Are
you
you
notice that things had changed
asking her
once
that?
Shoma moved in?
This seems like very. Wait a
In
minute.
terms
Wait
of
a
how I
minute.
behave.
Okay, so it sounds very much like Paul wants a housewife. Choma did say that, but he very much so just reconfirmed it by saying, like, if I already make money, then why are you at work? That's what I heard. I hate my eyeshadow. but I think I'm gonna leave it. What was I about to say about Paul, y'all? So Paul basically said he wants a stay-at-home wife, and Choma doesn't want to be a stay-at-home wife. That's what I heard. Because he said, why are you working if I'm already making the money? That's what I heard. That's what he said. And Choma straight up said already she didn't want to be a housewife, and that's what he's trying to make her into. So I don't see good things for this relationship, you guys. Off Bikes, it's episode 1. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna watch, but yeah, it's almost finished.
No. Let's not be toxic, babe. Look, this is what it is, right? How can I put this? If let's say last client finished by like 9:30, so okay, whereabouts am I? The Bulgari, Knightsbridge, right? 10 minutes from home. So
Actually, you know
Choma
what?
works in the
Maybe she's
city,
not bad. Maybe
20
she's
minutes.
cute.
30 minutes.
20 minutes from home. So if she gets home, she finishes at 5 roughly, and she's home roughly, maybe not 5:30, traffic or that, maybe 6, and I get home 9:30. Have you made a plan? Don't you think it's a bit practical to kind of consider that your partner may be coming home? But wait, this is for you, Denise. Do you think that
I can understand what you're saying, and there does seem to be a few hours to spare. However,
No, don't do it. Tell her that.
no, I'm not here to tell anyone, just so you understand. I'm here to listen.
You just agreed with what I said.
No, it's not a case of I said I understand. No, but just the way therapy works is you two discuss things, and I'm an intermediary. So I
But
don't.
that's not what's happening. What's happening is, if she comes up with a point, you're quick to say, yeah, Paul, what do you think about it?
Only
And then when you clearly agree,
Choma
with
looks
us,
so
you're
over
not
it.
asking her the same question.
Right.
What's going
So
on?
can I just say, bear with me, the reason I go to you with a question
Right.
is because you're not being vocal. Shoma is being very vocal. You're being vocal now, but the reason I was bringing everything back to you was because you weren't being vocal. And it's great to hear that now you have got things to say, because that's why we're here, is it not?
What the hell? Like, are you trying to gang up on me on something? I'm paying for your service. You should serve it equally. Do you understand? Like, make it make sense.
It's interesting to see the way that you both react. Can you see that you're reacting to each other?
Yeah, it's like every time I say something, he always has a rebuttal. Like, you never acknowledge what you do. You're late, you're childish, you take 2 hours to respond to my messages, and you have an issue with the conversation that I have with my friends.
How would you like him to change in the way that he deals with you? What would you like to see different?
Okay, I would like for Jamal to actually listen to me when I speak, for one. I would like you to take accountability and try and fix the things
How she know he's not listening?
Things, it's very tiny, and I feel like we could move past it
His
if you just
face.
accept the fact that sometimes you can be childish, yeah, and sometimes you're late. That's it.
Is there anything that you want to respond to with regards
Most
to
certainly,
Deborah?
I feel like just do not compare me. Like, no one likes being compared. How would you like if I compared you to one of my
Facts,
best
don't
friends?
be
If you were
comparing me.
behaving, then maybe I wouldn't be comparing you to other people.
Are you my mum?
There's things that you do that I don't like, and I just want to seek advice from my friends. And when she told me what her boyfriend's doing, is even raising the bar even higher, because you can do that too.
So your friend
Maybe
has
he
a
can.
boyfriend that you compare. Do you compare?
We're of the same age range. Her boyfriend is about his age as well. There's certain things that he's doing for her, like taking her out weekly, buying her gifts, all these sort of things.
Maybe that's not his pockets. Maybe he
Look at
can't
my
afford to take you out every
relationship as
week.
well and evaluate it. That's just it.
ridiculous.
And I'm just bringing it to Jamal, and hopefully he can work on it. It's not that. What I really like about Manson's boyfriend is that he's proactive. He doesn't have to be told what to do. If Manson wants gifts, if Manson wants a meal, he's already on it before
See,
she
this
has to
energy
say,
is sus to
and
me.
Jamal really needs to take a leaf out of his book.
Does Jamal ever buy you gifts?
It sounds like you're jealous of your friend.
I mean, at the beginning,
Well, maybe
of the
not jealous,
relationship,
but
in fact, no, before we got together, actually,
I don't
we
know. The
did
grass
like
ain't
this.
always greener, sis.
But now it's definitely dropped. I don't really get much. Even like flowers or like chocolate,
Is that a problem for you?
Yeah, 100%. I love gifts, and that's just like my love language, and Jamel knows that. So at the start of the relationship, me and Jamel went on so many dates. He was treating me like a princess. We were going out on dates, he was buying me gifts, you know, we were spending a lot of quality time together. But now, Jamel is the complete opposite. He's completely fallen off, and it's like he doesn't care.
Like, Deborah's love language is a bit confusing sometimes. Like, me personally, I think it's wishy-washy. Like, 1 minute it's giving gifts, next minute it's quality time.
You can have
I would
two.
like to do both of them at the same time, but one thing is always outweighing the other. I don't mind it, but I'd rather like go towards the quality time right now, obviously because of my personal things I'm...
Okay, friends, editor Christina here. And I just recapped or edited the first part of the video, and as I was editing, I was like, okay, let me get my thoughts together for this recap. So Paul and Choma, I think Paul's a scammer. I think Paul's a scammer because he won't tell us what he did. And he got all these jobs that he can list, but he can't tell us how he made money. And yeah, he got all these jobs, but he blowing 10K on tables. Like, I mean, maybe I guess he could be making 10K from developing websites. I guess. I don't know. But he blowing 10K on tables. And I think he's trying to make Choma into something she doesn't want to be, because she says she don't want to be no housewife, and he's definitely trying to make her into a housewife. He said, why would you work if I'm out here making money and you make little money? You make little money and I make the bag. Choma. I feel like she landed on thick right now. And Paul's just reacting to like whatever words he don't want to hear. He's just like jumping at it. So if she says, you know, something about money, what are you talking about? I make all the money. I am the man. Or what else he react to really badly?
Acted pretty badly to any and all questions she asked him, honestly.
And didn't answer any of them, honestly.
Especially her asking what he does.
Yeah, no. He was like, you hear this, you
He was
hear
very
this.
dismissive. I feel like he was very
Super
condescending to her.
dismissive, very condescending. His whole presence is just me, man, you, woman. Very caveman.
Yeah.
Very caveman.
It's like,
And that's...
it felt like how dare you ask me these questions? You have no right.
You white woman, how dare you? Or therapist. I don't think it wouldn't have mattered if she was white or black. He would have been like the same.
And even his girl was trying to check him, like, you're being super rude, you need to relax.
Because he was being super rude, because he was like questioning the therapist, and she's like, she's gone to school for this. Like, calm down.
Right.
It's not like we went to some Instagram therapist who's not gone to college or university, as they call it. And then we have Deborah and Jamil. I feel like Deborah and Jamil, very surface level stuff right now. They haven't really broke through anything. The social media thing would probably bother me slightly, but she hasn't said anything much right now where it's just like, oh, girl. You know, you not being able to get off Clubhouse or talk on the phone with me would definitely bother me. Ooh, the time thing. You being on time would bother me. We have plans. If we have plans, you better show up at that time. Okay? That would drive me bonkers. But yeah, other than that, I just feel like they're very surface level right now. I am curious to know as to why he wanted to come to therapy. Deborah's been doing all the talking right now. Yeah, Jamil hasn't very said much. Oh, her comparing him to her best friend's boyfriend, very weird girl energy to me. It's still weird. Like, why are you doing that? Girl, stop it. If I was her best friend, I would be like, that's weird. Don't let me catch you along in a room with my boyfriend, because I will people's elbow you. Yeah. Because that's weird girl energy to be comparing your man to your best friend's man. And my boyfriend actually made a good point where he was like, if that was her, she would be furious. If it was the other way around, like, oh, Kevin's girlfriend does this, that, and the third, she would be like, okay, and go date Kevin. Because most females would have that same reaction. I would have that reaction. So yeah, but right now I feel like, you know, they haven't dove into anything too deep. Episode 1, just all surface level. So I do want to know why he brought her to therapy, because he hasn't talked about any of his problems. It's all her just talking about Clubhouse and him being late, which I agree with, and them not spending any time together. She said they see each other maybe 2 or 3 times a week, which to me, I already told you guys, is a lot in the video. When I was first dating my boyfriend, we only see each other once a week. So 2 or 3 times a week is a lot to me. I don't know if she expects to be up this man's behind every day. But if you're not living with him, then like, calm down. So I've already watched part 2 and got it recorded. So if you guys are interested in seeing it, go ahead and thumbs up this video. Comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and it is coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. I got something in my teeth. Oh my god.